everybody. I thought you were riding down at St. Helens, but I'm glad to see you today. Maybe you're riding here and still going down there. Hey, Marianne, are you back from your trip? Or maybe you're still on your trip and you decided to join me. You took your bike and your trainer. Very dedicated of you. What time do we have? 6:30? All right, let's do it. I know a few people are supposed to be, or maybe they canceled, but we're heading down to ride St. Helens. Hopefully the weather is good for them. Let's see. Gloomy weather in Seattle, but I guess summer doesn't really start till July 5th anyway, right? Got a nice peppy workout today. It's one that we have done. We did it before, so we'll do it again. Usually what I like to do when I do workouts is I really like to repeat them 2 or 3 times because I feel like there's a conditioning effect when you repeat a workout a couple times. You can actually do the same workout like between 6 and 11 times and still reap benefits. Just pretty amazing, because I think that, and coaches I think fall into this a lot when you're coaching people, is you think you always have to give them a different workout every time. And it's not really true from a physiological standpoint. It's maybe more true from a mental standpoint, trying to mix it up and not make it so boring. But I usually like to repeat a workout a couple times. But you probably have seen that pattern. But you can let me know if you prefer to have a different workout every time. We could do that too. I'm always open to feedback. So quick, I don't know if I'd call it a tip. So lately, I've been feeling kind of blah in life. Probably that has something to do with it being June and being rainy. Or now it's July, being July and rainy. Welcome to Seattle. But also just, I don't really, maybe it's because there's no races, or there are some races, but you don't know if they're going to happen. So it's really difficult to think about giving your money to a race that is going to keep it Ironman. So, there's just it's a different landscape. And I think I know I'm not alone. I know that it's a very common problem right now, especially. There's a greater amount of anxiety, depression. So anyway, what I did was I started doing this course sponsored by Oprah and Brendon Bouchard. And one of the things it invites you to do, I'll say, is to write down some statements and then read them every morning. And so this is my 5th morning of doing it. And they got canceled my fall ultra. Oh no, they canceled your fall ultra? I'm sorry. I guess it's better to find out now than Ironman, which was going ahead with Ironman Texas last weekend and then canceled on Thursday, 3 days before the race. But it's just it's such that's a great illustration of what's going on. Either your race is out there and you don't know if it's going to happen, so you have the anxiety of that. You don't know if and how hard you should train, especially for something like an ultra. And then even when it gets canceled, on one hand, you're probably relieved to know a little bit in advance, but it's also a letdown. And so, the last 4 months, I feel like it's just been a lot of uncertainty and a lot of letdown. So anyway, with this project I'm doing on myself, you read some inspiring passages. It could be a quote. It could be your own things. It could be the Bible. It could be whatever inspires you. It could be a great book. It could be poetry. But what I did was I wrote down a bunch of statements that inspire me. So I'm going to share them with you. And I would invite you to just think of maybe one or two, or you can use one of these for yourself today. And maybe tomorrow you will have, even if it's just one statement that you'll read to yourself, or it's also helpful to write it down. So here goes mine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 1, happiness is the joy I feel striving for my potential. My greatest achievements and contributions lie ahead of me. I am most alive when I am contributing to the lives of others. A power plant doesn't have energy, it generates energy. That which I want to experience is up to me to generate. Today, I will manifest joy. I will spend my day pursuing what is meaningful. I am responsible for the attitude and the energy I bring to each day and each situation. So those are my, and then I had to calibrate my coffee trainer at the same time. Multitasking. Anyway, so those are they're called affirmations, but those are the statements, the inspirational statements that I've been reading for myself for 5 days. And I will say, even after 4 days, it seems to have made a significant difference in my mood and just how the days have gone, which is really quite amazing. If you think about something so simple could make an impact like that. So anyway, I invite you to try it. I invite you to think of something right now that you find inspiring. Maybe it's a favorite quote. You can also think about what you want to bring into your life. So one of the things, like maybe it's courage or confidence or growth, learning, whatever. But whatever we want to bring into our life, you can make a statement about that, because it's a trigger to remind yourself as you go throughout the day. So one of the things that I want to experience, especially right now, is more joy. Just the ability to laugh and smile and play, especially in these times. I think it's more critical than ever. So we're 7 minutes in. Make sure you keep ramping up your warm-up. And then the other thing, every time, like me being here and you being here is an opportunity for me to contribute, and even if it's a small way, to the betterment of somebody's day, I hope. And so when I do these workouts, I usually feel better at the end of the day. One of the things that I do at the end of the day, part of a reflection, is to rate my day and rate why. And usually, like when I do these workouts, on a scale of 1 to 10, my number might be one number higher, and it's because of this workout. So thank you for that. I see some comments. Make me a homegrown. Homegrown Ultra. Marion will join you, Menta. If you need a running partner, you guys can run up and down Tiger Mountain. Marion can trickle water for you. Marion does love to run. So you guys should maybe go for a run together. I would join you, but I haven't run now in 3 weeks. My body just feels so much better when I don't run, unfortunately, which is why I've been biking more. But all right, enough of that. A minute and a half, and then we're going to do 3 times through of low cadence. And each one, we're going to start off kind of easy to moderate, moderately hard, harder, as a way to continue our warm-up. And in the next minute, I'm going to try to find some really great music. But my Spotify doesn't seem to be working. So what to do? I would sing for you, but then you would never come back and nobody would benefit. Let's see. Spotify like Pro Jam? Spotify likes Pro Jam today. All right. So get yourself in the big chain ring. Get in the easier gear. Oh, and then I wore my blue cycling shorts. I don't have a red shirt, blue shirt, and my, of course, American flag bandana in honor of Independence Day, which I thought was tomorrow, but it's Saturday. So happy 4th of July. Okay, we're going in 10 seconds, and we're going to go low cadence, moderate effort, solid tension on the pedal stroke. So you're going to, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Gear down, like go down 3 or 4 gears, 2, 3, 4 gears harder. Just to the place where you find that you have to really push through every part of the pedal stroke and avoid just pushing down. If you want, you can actually just push down and you can see how jerky you get. And now go to sweeping through the bottom and you literally can see my body change. So I'm going to just push down on top of the pedal strokes again. And I'm not exaggerating. That's just, you try it. It's what happens. It's a lot of wasted motion. So now bring your pedal stroke through the bottom, over the top. See how much better that looks, less bounce. Okay, recover. So either go the small chain ring or easy gear in the big chain ring. Get your cadence up. This is recovery. Very low tension. Okay, on the next one, let's bring up the intensity a little bit. So either that's an extra gear change or it's just maybe 5 RPMs higher. Where are we at? All right, going in 5 seconds. So if you're on the big chain ring, get there. Here we go. Ready to go. So find a gear with a lot of tension. And then really see if you can focus on your glutes. So bring your belly button to your spine. Anchor your glutes. Your breathing rate should just be a little bit higher. I'm looking outside and the trees are blowing. Like, it's not enough that it's raining, it's windy too. Okay, recover. So either small chain ring or a big chain ring, easy gear. Recover. Maybe get some refreshment. All right, we got one last one. So again, we want to ramp up the effort slightly. So maybe that's the same gear. So get in the big chain ring if you're not there. Ready to go. Whew. Bring your cadence up a little bit if you can. It's still going to be low. So think about climbing a mountain and it's either a little steeper or your friend is right in front of you and you don't want to get dropped and you got to work a little bit harder. And they keep talking and you just want them to shut up or at least not ask you any questions. Or like when I'm in this place going up a hard hill, sometimes I'm just praying for like a stoplight, like turn red, turn red. Okay, recover. All right. Whew. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do 8 sets, 40 seconds hard. If you're new to this, if you're watching this later, I don't see anybody here live who hasn't been here. But instead of doing these at a hard to very hard pace, you can do them at just slightly uncomfortable. That's just if you're new to really pushing yourself. But Mentha and Marion, I know you guys are ready to sweat. So we're gonna go for it today. All right, so we're gonna go in 3 seconds. Find the gear you wanna start in. Ready, here we go. 40 seconds all out. You might stand up just to get your cadence up. So here we're working high cadence around 90, so normal cadence, I guess, but also big gear. Like, what's the biggest gear you can push and ride close to 90? Right now I'm only at 83. 85. This is where all the work is. Hey, Maureen. I think Maureen is. Oh, someone's in. All right, recover. Whew. So small chain ring. Yeah. So in these 40 seconds, you want them to be over. Like, that's how hard you should be working. Some people like to use the phrase best sustained pace, which is, I think, applicable. It's basically by the time like 35 seconds comes, you really are like, okay, whew. And that's why we get this super easy minute recovery. Doesn't have to be much of all tension on the pedal stroke. It's just recovery. And then we're gonna do a minute 30 aerobic. Okay. Whew. So in this first minute, it's just all like come back to sanity. Let your breath come back. Let your heart rate come down. All right, ready? Here we go for a minute and a half aerobic. So you don't have to do too much. Just lift your cadence wherever gear you're in. And then start to pay attention to how you feel. This should be conversation pace, but above that, easy, super comfortable. It should be, moderate. Even if you're getting out 4 or 5 words before taking your breath, that's fine. If you get to a place where it's 2 words and then take a breath, that's probably just slightly too much. So then think about your effort, think about your gear. I'm gonna go into the big chain ring and an easier-ish gear. Let's think about our cadence. Okay, you're 50 seconds in. We got another 40 seconds. So hopefully you're starting to feel nice and recovered. Maybe take a drink because we're going in 30. If you want to. All right, we're coming up on number 2. And same thing, it's right out of the gate. High cadence, shift gears. Boom, 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 boom. Get yourself into that effort place. So you can think about like you're coming down the road, stop sign, the flashing starting to turn the crosswalk. So you know it's going to turn green or yellow. You got to make the light. Ready? Here we go. 40 seconds. Go. Let's make the light. Cadence up. Switch gears. What's the best gear, the hardest gear you can maintain at 90? All right, recover. Whew, small chain ring. Yeah. Whew. 25% there. Maybe a big breath. Whew. Nice job. So back next week, Monday and Thursday. I was looking at Thursday's workout. and it's hard. It's different than this. It's basically like upper end aerobic, 1 minute hard, not quite as hard as this, but hard, and back to that aerobic. So it's gonna kind of keep us in this tempo zone for like 3 minutes. So it's gonna be challenging in that sense. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna do 1.5 minute aerobic. So bring your cadence up to 90. So for myself, I can still feel that I'm still recovering, but if we just ride aerobically and then change your gears, find the appropriate sort of resistance on the pedals with a good cadence. And then we can still recover here in this mid to low aerobic range. All right, I'm working my way up to the big chain ring. I'm going in 30 seconds. Number 3. All right, going in 10. This is what makes the rest of your day feel like a total accomplishment. Ready? 2, 1, go. When you get through this workout, and then like the rest of the day is like, man, I've already accomplished so much. Plus, it's technically Friday, I think, right? Most people have the day off tomorrow. Three, 2, 1, relax, recover. Whew. Nice job. I think I'm feeling extra peppy today because I didn't ride the last 2 days because of my back, which is feeling much better. I'm probably a day away from being back to total normal. So, because, let's see, I hurt my foot, and I hurt my back. A couple weeks ago, I was super tired. So, it's nice to be here and be able to go out. Whew. Remember, in the recovery, you can spin as slow as you want. Okay, we're going 1.5 minute aerobic. So now in the aerobic part, just bring the cadence back up, and then you can switch your gears. But in that recovery, so that's 3. And in the recovery, as long as you keep spinning your legs, not that you need my permission, but you have my permission to go as easy as you want to. But keep the legs spinning, don't stop. Tension in the pedals, your gear choice should be very easy. The cadence can be really low. We're just trying to keep moving, keep blood circulating. It's also a bit to give you that mental break. Yes, I think it's the affirmations also. It's a combination of physical rest and positive thinking. Whew, they work wonders. So, all right, we're going in 30 seconds on number 4. Then we're halfway done. All right, I'm getting a sip. Let's get in a big chain ring if you want to. All right, we're going 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, recover. Whew. All right, halfway. All right, here we go. 1.5 minutes aerobic. So bring your cadence up. Find your gear. Most likely you'll end up in your gear of choice at some point. Which, if you're out riding outside and every once in a while, like especially on a flat section, you just look down, you probably find that you ride in that gear a lot. And that's what I refer to as your gear of choice. So there's typically a gear we all kind of settle into. So it can also be good just to challenge yourself when you find yourself in that gear to maybe try to hit one gear harder. And the more you do that, before you know it, 3-4 weeks goes by, and that's your new gear of choice. And you feel just as comfortable as you did before, only now you're riding a little faster. It's like speed just kind of sneaks up on you. All right, we're going 20. All right, people. 3, 2, 1, go. Cadence, gear changing, effort. Three, 2, 1, recover. Three left. I was just thinking to myself, what would it be like to have those be 45 seconds? Maybe that'll be coming in a couple weeks. For something like that, generally like for a really all-out effort, maybe even harder than what we just did, the efforts are only like 20 seconds long. For something like what 45 seconds is maybe the upper end because it's so hard. But of course, we could go a minute and then dial down the intensity as well. But the idea is just to really generate massive power out of your glutes, your legs. Okay, minute and a half aerobic. Because when we do that, when we do these like short bursts of just power, what you'll notice is that in your regular riding, it starts to feel a little bit more powerful because we found that strength in the pedal stroke, and just that little bit of like really high end power. Like this is above your functional threshold power, which is what you can maintain for 40 to 60 minutes. So it's harder than that. It's basically something you want to end. So if you've been doing speed work and you're not at that place where you want it to end, then I'm going to encourage you to go harder. But if you're new, then keep it slightly uncomfortable, right? But ideally, this workout, if you have the fitness built up to it, these 40 seconds, you really just want them to end. It was about like 32 seconds I looked at the clock, and I had to concentrate. And that's also when you know you're doing it right. It's like you really have to force yourself to stay in the moment of pain because your body wants to quit. Or maybe it's your mind wants your body to quit. Either way, it sucks. So we only got 3 left. Going in 5 seconds. Let me get myself to the big chain ring. And here we go. Go. All right, recover. Nice job. Yeah. Nice job. 2 more. So you might also know that, like, notice that, as you get to later reps, maybe you need more recovery time. That's not uncommon. 2 more. The other thing I love about these workouts, and this is where, like, if I was riding by myself, I might, typically don't do them, but no, I should. But like, we're 33 minutes in, and it feels like it's gone by like that. Versus if you just hop on and ride, and same pace, same everything, it's kind of boring. Okay, minute and a half aerobic. So it reminds me a lot of swimming. Like, I feel like one of the reasons people hate swimming is because they just go and they swim X number of laps or X number of time, and it's so boring. But when you have a workout, all of a sudden an hour goes by and you're done. And so that's one of the benefits of a structured workout. I think we have 2 more. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going with 2 more. So one thing that's cool, I think, is I looked at the last 2 videos, and I think there were like 5 people that were here live because 4 of you were in Zoom, so probably more like 8 people. But the video got like 14 views, so it makes me think people are watching it recorded, which is great. So still seems like it's gaining traction, which is awesome. All right, we're going in 5 seconds. So find that gear you want to start in. Ready, 2, 1, go. All right, 2, 1, recover. All right, uno más. In many ways, the last one's the easiest, only because it's the last one. You know, there's no more. It's not the easiest in terms of your fatigue, but I think we've all been there, especially on running workouts. When you get to that last repeat, it's typically when people run the fastest. I think it's just because they're so happy it's over. All right, minute and 30 aerobic. Thirty seconds until we go. Last one if you want to get a drink. $15. 5, 3, 2, go. Last one, 40 seconds. Give it all you got. Okay, 2, 1, recover. Nice job. All 8 done. Whew. High fives. Yes. All right, a minute and a half for aerobic. So let's bring our cadence up to 90. Whatever gear you're in, just start with the 90 cadence. If you don't have cadence, I'm at 89, I'm at 90, 91. And then you can switch gears if that like gear is still a recovery gear. All right, small chain ring. Find yourself somewhere in the middle, maybe even slightly on the easier side of your cog set and back. Have a quick look. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just switch to the big chain ring. It's gonna get pretty hard. Normally I would switch in the back, but specifically we're gonna just do a couple little standing drills, so I want it to get hard. So I want you to switch to the big chain ring, and then you're gonna feel the tension in the pedal stroke. And you may still need to go 1 or 2 gears harder on your right, because then we're gonna stand up for 4 pedal strokes on each leg. Ready? So go big chain ring, and then maybe go 1 or 2 more gears harder. Ooh, I went easier. Now stand up for 4 pedal strokes. 2, 3, 4, sit down. Now shift a couple gears easier, maybe 3 gears easier. So I still want it to be a moderate effort. I don't want it to get super high in terms of the effort. Okay, we're gonna stand up again for 4 pedal strokes. And so think about your gear. So I'm gonna switch 2 gears harder and then stand up. 1, 2, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe that's 5. 2 gears easier. Bring it 3 gears easier. Bring that cadence back up. So let's go one more time. Let's go let's try like 8 pedal strokes. So here's the deal. If you stand up like right here, you probably feel that you can't maintain good form because there's not enough resistance on the pedals. So it takes a little bit when you're outside riding to figure out how much resistance you may need to add. When the hill gets super steep, you don't need to add resistance by shifting because the hill is adding resistance. But in this case, I need to shift. So let's go shift if you need to. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sit down. 2 clicks easy, maybe 3 clicks easy. Bring that cadence back up. Nice. Okay, let's go to small chain ring and find a nice comfortable gear here. The small chain ring. Let's just spin it out for the YouTube clock is 44 minutes, but I'm at 43:40, so let's go another minute 20 here. Again, remember, if you want to keep riding, get in an hour, go for it. Try to do more work at that aerobic level. And just make sure your last 4 or 5 minutes are nice and easy. We'll go 1 more minute. I hope you guys have a fantastic, albeit very different 4th of July, probably than normal. But make the best of it, right? That's what we have to do. We have to take what we're given and we have to make the best of it. Can't let this situation, craziness, chaoticness get us down. So we have these workouts, we have each other. Thank you for being here. And I will see you on Monday. And hopefully we get some sunshine this weekend and maybe get outside for a bike ride or a run. Mentha can go run 50K to burn off that frustration of her race being canceled. Maybe not. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hit 45 seconds, 45 minutes. Full number. I'll see you guys. Thanks so much.